What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thunder Sports Pod with JT and
Stash, baby. We bringing you another podcast. Loving it. And I know the NFL season's a little dry and we're just getting training camp here soon, but man, I'm just ready for the NFL to start.
yes, sir. Me too. I cannot wait. And we're going to give you guys our thoughts on our two favorite NFL teams draft recap first. So, first off, Stash, what'd you think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft class this season?
All right. So, who have we talked about that I wanted on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers more than anybody, like any prospect that would fall to us normally?
Yeah, you
Graham
wanted Powers,
Barton.
Graham Barton, Powers Jackson, one of those two.
Yeah, those are
You
two.
got your boy.
And I was more for Graham Barton near the end,
Yeah.
and when he was available, I'm like, please guys, please pick up Graham Barton. I want him to protect Baker. I think he's gonna fit
hmm
on the line really well. Tristan Wirfs apparently is already getting to know him pretty well too, so they're gonna be united as a O line. He plays center and guard, but like people think that he's gonna be a better center in the NFL or more of a fit. I'm excited for it. With Jensen retiring, this was a huge pick for me in the first round. But I have to ask, how do you feel about your first round?
I loved it actually. JJ McCarthy falling to us. A lot of people were speculating he would go inside the top five. I didn't necessarily buy into that hype, and we had the number 11 pick, and we decided to trade swap picks with the Jets. Kind of confused me at first, but when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? They want to make sure they get their guy. No one else can jump, leapfrog in front of them to take McCarthy, because imagine if that happened and we would get stuck with Bo Nix. That just sounds disgusting.
I was gonna say you get Bo Nix. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really thought Michael Penix Jr. was gonna be there for you later.
Yeah,
What do you? I mean, I don't know. I was really shocked. This draft was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll have
yeah,
to talk about making a video and just going over all the draft picks because this is a
yeah.
wild night. Um,
It really was. And JJ McCarthy, I mean, there's a lot of untapped potential. I think with the right coaching staff, we've got good weapons around him. And that's a quarterback's dream to be that young, surrounded with good coaching and good talent. That'll help him in his career. He might not start right off rip, but I'm okay with that. Just make sure he's ready to go. And then my favorite pick in the first round was Dallas Turner, honestly. I wasn't huge on him coming out of the draft, like edge wise. He was like my edge two or three, I believe. But him to 17, falling to 17 was crazy. He should have went to 8 to the Falcons, in my opinion. But getting him at 17 was a steal. So I think Brian Flores is gonna love that pick.
no, I agree. I think y'all did a great job. You got a young QB who can hopefully be like the franchise QB that you want. You're building weapons
Yeah,
around him. I really love the pick. I mean, we talked a lot about you guys getting him, and also Drake May. Um, but
yeah.
I think JJ's gonna be good. I think he's got you have a good. I think he's gonna fit in right like if he was back at Michigan. He's got the weapons he needs. He's got a good run game now. Yeah, the defense looked good. Dallas Turner was a beast, but I mean, it sucks you lost him, but you got his replacement. It's huge, especially in one round of the draft.
Exactly. That was big time. So let's move on to the second round. We don't have a next pick until round four, but what do you think about round two and three for you guys?
So Chris Broswell is I'm happy with it. I am. I thought it was a good pickup. Not who I thought. Marshawn Nealon, I thought we were gonna get, and Dallas took
Mm,
him right before us. So uh, it is what it is. I think he's excited to be in Tampa. I've watched some film on him. He can get to the QB, and he's quick. He is fast. So I was happy
mm,
about the pick. And then the third pick, Tyreek Smith out of Georgia, safety. I think he's an incredible talent.
mm,
I don't think we needed help with the safety position necessarily compared to like where we need help in corners, but I think Tampa's going to run a lot of triple safeties instead of using an extra corner, which I'm fine
mm.
with if it works. As long as it works, I'm happy as a fan. So that's my thoughts on it. So I was like, and he's a stud, and he wants to learn under Winfield. I'm happy. I am happy about it.
That's good.
Then we
That's
get
really
to
good.
round four.
Yeah, I like y'all's selection so far. Like you said, versatile player. safety. He can learn under Winfield for a while. But going into round four for us, I'd mocked him to us several times. Corner from Oregon, Kyrie Jackson, physical guy. He is just a great cover corner and man coverage. Like I mentioned, very physical, long arms, and I honestly think he's going to get a good amount of playing time this year with us. He'll be competing with a lot of young guys in that corner room. But we add a corner round four to our depth chart, which was very needed. And I was honestly hoping we would have got him, Cam Hart, or Kalen King, one of those three guys. And I'm totally fine with Kyrie Jackson.
I agree. I think it's good. I forgot we did also get Jalen McMillan out of Washington in the third round, but
Mm,
it was late, almost fourth round. I was
yeah.
happy about that. Not necessarily who I wanted, but I think he's going to be a nice slot receiver for us, and he can
Hmm.
make a little bit of a nice little addition. Um, I'm excited. But round four, we got a different Oregon player. We got Bucky Irving, a running back. And I had to watch some film on him before I could give a full assessment on the guy. He
Hmm.
had the most catches out of any running back last year. I
Wow.
found that out. I thought that was crazy. And he's super speedy. Like he's really fast. Which here's the thing: like Rashad White's like 6 foot, 6'1". Dude's kind of a tall back. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of more like just a wide receiver in the backfield. That's why the screen
Yeah.
passes work so well for him. Then he can turn the speed on once he got the ball. Pure running back, he's not great, but I think Bucky Irving and him could be a nice little combo that would definitely help because I think Irving's got can catch the ball great, but he is a great maneuver back, and I think he can just shed some tackles and break up the field pretty easily.
Mm.
So I'm excited for him actually. I think they're going to be a nice little duo.
I like that. I actually watched a little bit of film on Irving, and guess which two players he kind of reminds me of?
Damian Thomason.
Mm.
No,
It's a mix between Doug Martin and Darren Sproles.
Doug the Muscle Hamster Martin.
Oh, but yeah, I like the Darren Sproles because he can catch the ball out of the backfield really well. And Doug Martin, he was just a bruiser, so I think he kind of reminds me of both of those players.
I like that. I did you have a fifth round pick? Because I had a sixth round pick.
Yes, we did. Actually, no, sixth round pick. Yeah, we didn't have a fourth.
Okay, we drafted Elijah Clean out of UTEP, which was a weird pick. It was just an offensive guard. I guess we just drafted him for the depth. But he is like actually, bro. He didn't know he was gonna get drafted or not. And like I watched the interview with him, he is super excited about coming to Tampa and working with like Tristan Wirth and like
Mm,
Graham Barton and everybody. Like he is so happy to be there. And I would be too if like I got picked in the sixth round. No, not to discredit, like it's
yeah,
congratulations
yeah.
on being drafted in the NFL draft. Not many people can
Oh,
say that.
exactly.
Um, and I'm definitely happy with it. He seems ecstatic. I think he's going to work his tail off. I'm happy.
That's good. You have to have those guys that really want to be there, energetic. I mean, it just really helps out the chemistry in the locker room. Really having guys that are energetic like that. So,
And I feel like you want your O line to be a unit.
oh yeah, they've got to be extremely close for that to work out, like a brotherhood. But so we picked offensive tackle Walter Rouse from Oklahoma. See, I was kind of confused about this pick at first because we need a guard. We need a guard to compete for our left guard position since we didn't re-sign Dalton Risner, who was our starting guard. But this makes sense because we don't have a whole lot of depth at tackle. And I was thinking about it. He could be a swing tackle where he could move in to guard and fill in if he's able to make the transition to guard. He's a big dude. And he didn't allow a single sack last year at Oklahoma. So he played that right tackle position at Oklahoma. Um, but I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. He might just be a training camp body. But if he's able to make the transition to the 53, I think he would do a pretty good job at guard, hopefully.
So you got the seventh round pick.
He was 6.
Okay, I have a seventh round pick, so I just wanted to make sure
Okay.
if you had a
We
seventh.
got one more sixth round pick.
Okay, go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead. My bad. I'm
yeah.
excited.
So we drafted a kicker, everybody. Alabama's kicker, Will Reichard. This one, I was kind of a little bit surprised, but not too much, because I knew we needed a kicker with Greg Joseph leaving and not re-signing him. I didn't know if we were going to sign a veteran kicker or if we were going to draft one in the 7th round, but we got the best kicker in the draft, in my opinion. So getting him around 6 before anybody else could get their hands on him. The all-time leader in college football history in points. So that is pretty ridiculous. He's been at Alabama a while, but pretty consistent. So I hope he fixes our kicking problems. I'm praying as a Vikings fan, please, please, please fix our kicking woes. So I think he'll be our starter week 1, and moving on to the 7th round.
We drafted the fastest tight end in the draft,
Woo!
Devin Culp out of Washington, who has history of playing with K. Dotton. I think this is a great matchup. I think they're going to really work out well with each other. I think that because I think Otten is a little slept on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying he's a top 5. I'm not even saying he's a top 10. I'm just gonna say I think he's around the 15 mark on tight ends in the league, and I think that's fair. He's make catches. He can block really well. I think right there he's a good solid tight end, and I think
Yeah,
having Devin Colt too will definitely help with the energy with both of them. And that tight end room's gonna be nice now. I'm just gonna say I'm excited for it. Um,
getting yeah,
I give I
getting
give
some weapons for Baker.
yeah, that too. And so I'm gonna give I give the Bucks an A on the draft. I think the only thing I want to give them an A plus, but man, you did get a DB, but not necessarily a corner. So that's where I'm
Mm,
looking at. But they did draft a DB, so I give them an A.
that's good. That's a really good draft grade. We got 2 selections in the 7th round. Michael Jurgens, interior offensive lineman from Wake Forest. I'm thinking he's going to be competing um, just in camp with the center position. I don't think he'll make the 53. Probably just a training camp body, but who knows? They could be a surprising 53 man roster fill up. And then the other selection we had defensive line. I believe from a D3 college. His name was Levi Drake Rodriguez, D lineman from Texas A&M Community or Commerce, excuse me. So haven't really heard from this school, but if you're drafting someone from that low of a college, you got to have film on them. You got to know if there's there's a dog mentality in that player. So he'll be an uh, eye catcher. I feel like because he plays with a lot of passion. I've seen a couple of his highlights in college. He plays with a lot of passion, like I mentioned. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, I give our grade a B plus. I like the draft. Only problem I had with us was not taking an interior D lineman. D tackle was where we definitely had some problems last year with, and we didn't address it much at all. But we did get Dallas Turner, who's going to help on the edge. We ran a 3-4, so he could be that like outside backer role possibly. But Kyrie Jackson, man, I love that's probably my favorite pick of our draft because we needed that physical corner. Uh, but yeah, McCarthy, Dallas Turner, Kyrie Jackson. I like this draft class for us. I'll give it a B plus. And then you gave yours an A, so that's
Yeah.
good. That's good as well.
Someone asked me today. They were like, "Are you worried about Atlanta?" And I was like, and I'm like, "I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, I know Kurt was your boy, but like, I'm gonna have to be like crapping all over Kurt from now on. As he is as a rival, I have to." And I was telling him, I'm like, I ain't worried about a mediocre quarterback who's only had one playoff win his entire career, who's just coming off of an Achilles tear at 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't worried. And he's like,
Hey, give it to him.
hey, that's fair.
Yeah. And they've got the talent, but they tend to always just fail expectations.
It's
So
Atlanta, 28 to
yeah,
3. I mean,
28-3. 28-3, everybody.
but here's the thing
All
with the
right.
dip. Matt Ryan did win MVP that year.
Yeah, he was a stud, so we can't disrespect them guys too much.
Nah,
And Julio Jones.
yeah. Wasn't
Yeah.
Devontae Freeman the running back
Whew.
didn't block the rusher who Mad Mike Ryan fumbled? Oh yeah, that was him.
Oh man. But let's go ahead and transition to a little bit of basketball talk while we're at it. NBA. So, big question of the day. Kevin Durant, LeBron James. Steph Curry. Are their title chances over with?
Okay. Are they all teaming up? Is that what you're going to tell me now? They're going to team up? I'm going to have to witness this? No. Man, that'd be awful. That's like Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen teaming up in Houston,
Oh man,
kind of deal. Now, so I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how many more years KD's playing. Like he's like 35 now. What are you doing?
yeah,
Like 36, 37? You out? 38 maybe. I think 38 is like max for him. So he's got 3 years to win, and they don't have no draft picks for
no,
oh, until like 2030 for the Suns with how they did the Bradley deal and
mm.
everything set up. Um, and I'm not, I'm not a fan of Devin Booker, so I'm not even gonna comment on that right
yeah,
now. But I can never count LeBron out. I can't say
mm.
no. He's never gonna like because as soon as I do that, he's gonna win one. Something's gonna happen with a shortened season,
yeah,
and he wins it. That's just what's gonna happen.
exactly.
And the Spurs aren't good enough for him to go against.
Mm.
So no, I'm gonna say I say LeBron has a chance. I think if he comes back next year, I really think next year's his last year. I think after next year is going to be his last ride, his last dance.
It's crazy to think about, but it's definitely coming. I mean, Father Time never slows down.
No,
But
not at all. Um, Curry's a strange one because I don't want
yeah,
to say no, but I kind of want to say yes. And it's not really him. It's just like that trio's done. They're not who they used to be.
yeah,
Clay is not the guy he once was, and that's okay. Like don't get me wrong, I remember prime Splash Bros before Draymond. Like it was incredible. Um, like I remember watching highlights on ESPN about it. I was like, man, these guys are going off with this 3 pointer. Change the game. Um,
hmm
right now, I'm gonna say no. Something could change, and maybe that changes my mind. But as of right now, I mean, they couldn't even make the playoffs this year.
no,
So
that's true.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say no right now. I just don't see it for Curry, and I don't see it for
Yeah,
KD either. LeBron's the only one, and you know my feelings on LeBron. I'm not gonna even go on that either. But
yeah.
you know my feelings on LeBron, and he's the only one out of those three that I'm like, yeah, he's still got a shot.
Mhm. I like your reasoning. I think it's valid. I really do. And I'll dive into each player's chances real quick. So for Kevin Durant, I don't see it. I think his title chance runs over. Like you mentioned, he's in Phoenix, locked into that contract. They have no future. I mean, up until 2030, they don't have a single pick. So they just try to lock and load with Bradley Beal, Booker, and Durant, and it's epically failing. Shocker, everybody. You know, the super team failed with Kevin Durant. Um, but realistically speaking, I just don't see it, everybody. Kevin Durant coming to the end of his career, still pretty productive, but look how they just got beat down by the Timberwolves in the playoffs. And these younger teams are going to only continue to get better. And you got the Denver Nuggets, who are a powerhouse still, and it's just hard to win in the West. So I think KD would have to force his way out of Phoenix to even be close to saying he has another title chance. But
He's
that's
going to Miami. He's taking his talents to South Beach.
man, that would be ludicrous. That'd be crazy. um, LeBron James, though. So realistically, he is a free agent after this year. I think the Lakers are going to try everything possible to bring that man back, even if they have to draft his son
I
to
mean,
the Lakers.
he might go back to Cleveland just because Donovan Mitchell's there.
Wow.
But I'm just saying.
Imagine that would be insane. Going
I
back to Cleveland. Story
do.
part two.
Do you think he retires a Laker?
I don't. I don't think he goes. I don't think he retires a Laker. My thoughts and my opinion is I think playing this year with Curry in the Olympics, Summer Olympics. I mean, they're playing with the best. I mean, KD, Tatum, Curry. I
Well,
mean, and
there's some
I mean
names you
everybody.
there's some names you're
The
leaving off
what?
that aren't on that team. They're at the top of their game. I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
throw that.
Kawhi,
There's I know top of their game, not like coming to the end.
Curry. Oh. I mean, yeah. There's still lots of other players that are.
They
Uh,
may play against this in
they'll have to play against like Luca,
Jokic.
etc. But
Can't leave the reigning MVP off. Jokic.
Jokic. Embiid's on the team though. Embiid's on the team.
That's weird. He's on the team.
Yeah, he opted into the U.S. team. Um,
Okay. I'm kind of shocked though.
but yeah, so
Good.
Curry playing with LeBron, I think he's going to enjoy playing with Curry this summer. So, thus leading into the question, will Curry and LeBron team up in Golden State? I could see it happening. And if that does happen, I think they've got a chance at a title run. They really do. Because Curry's coming to the end of his career. He still can shoot the lights out. LeBron, he has to have someone else dependable besides Anthony Davis because he's made of glass. And if we could pair up any two of those three between KD, Curry, and LeBron, it would only make the most sense with Curry and LeBron.
Whoa,
Because imagine them complementing each other.
whoa! We already know what KD and Curry can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
mean, I'm just saying, like if KD and Curry team back up, what then?
I just don't see it. I think KD's past his prime, age is keeping up or catching up to him. Excuse me. And that Warriors team isn't the same.
That's true. I mean,
So
it's not, but
they really aren't. Klay Thompson is a shell of his former self. Draymond is just Draymond. um, and that young core is just too young to really compete right now with Kaminga and everybody else they've got on that roster. So I think if you bring LeBron in, you got to get rid of Klay Thompson, maybe Draymond, but you got to keep Curry. Those two
Orlando,
together, I
do
think.
not get either one of them. Do not get either
Do
one
what?
of them. Orlando, do not get either one of those guys. Do not. Hear me out. Go after Paul George. Go after Trey Young, even though I'm not even a Trey Young fan,
Yeah,
but like not those two.
yeah, but I'm keeping the window open for both Curry and LeBron. I think it depends on where LeBron goes. And if Curry doesn't get any more help, I would say it's probably closing pretty quick, but I think LeBron's chances are still open.
That's fair. I like LeBron's the only one I'm really like open about. Like the other two, I'm just
Yeah.
like, ugh, I don't know. I just don't think so. Um, KD, KD just hasn't been able to get it to work anywhere else
If
besides Golden State.
yeah, if you had to give a percentage chance to each of them, what would you do? Like percentage chance of winning another ring?
I'd probably say it's gonna sound really bad, like because of how I worded it before. But just the team's falling apart in Golden State, like you said. Like it's fair because like those two big names are not who they used to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Golden State and Curry's got without LeBron a 20% chance
Mm,
best.
yeah.
Um, KD with KD, I want to say he's got a 35% chance, like something
Yeah.
on there. Nothing great, but they did go to the finals not that long ago.
Yeah.
But the West is so hard to get. Like going to the finals in the West is hard. So and then LeBron, I'll give like a 45-50% chance, just because
Mm,
like I said, you can never count him out. I've seen him do crazy stuff. I mean, he's regarded as a goat by a lot of people, not me, but a lot
yeah.
of people regard him as the goat. So there's a reason for that. So yeah, I'm gonna say 45-50% on him, something like
I
that.
feel you. For LeBron, like without him joining Curry currently or joining any other team, I'm giving him a 50% chance. I think he has a couple more high level seasons left in him before he really starts to deteriorate with age or even retire. He could probably retire after a couple of years. Curry, without any changes to the roster, I'm giving a 25% chance. Um, like we mentioned, we already covered that. No need for any further explanation. And KD, I'm giving a 10% chance.
Okay.
I mean, that West is just loaded with talent, and all three of those guys, the big three, those contracts are killing them.
Hmm.
They're killing the roster. They can't bring anybody else in. So I just don't see it working.
I agree. We're in
But
agreement on that.
yeah,
What do you think about while we're here, we might as well just talk about the conference semifinals. We could talk about our
yeah,
predictions
prediction.
while we're at it.
Yeah, so NBA round two playoff predictions, everybody. Let's start off with the West. We've got Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Dallas Mavericks. What's your thoughts on that one? Who you predicting to come out the West? Come out
So
the
this
round
is so
two.
hard. This matchup for me is so difficult. I think both West matchups are all amazing. I think they're going to be
Yeah.
great series. So realistically, I want to say Thunder, but something deep inside of me is telling me I have to go Mavericks on this. I just have to. Like I said, Luca and Kyrie have
Whew.
been absolutely balling, and I think the Clippers are way better than the Pelicans.
I have been.
So m- I'm taking. I'm saying Dallas is trying to go and play every game they can. I'm saying Dallas in seven.
Ooh, stamp it right now, everybody.
Now Dallas.
Dallas in seven.
I know their bench is not great and the depth is not fantastic. And don't get me wrong, SGA is a stud. Dude is so talented. Chet,
Yeah.
don't. I mean, he's not gonna win. He's not gonna win Rookie of the Year, but like he's good. He's not a bad player.
Oh
And
yeah.
then Josh Giddey. He's good. He's another good player, even though yeah, he's weird. But um, yeah, I'm saying I think the lack of experience gets him here,
Mm.
and Mavs move on.
I like the prediction. That's spicy, but the Dallas Mavericks, they've been rolling. They've got momentum on their side. Um, I'm just in love with this Oklahoma City Thunder team, man. I mean, they play with such energy. The chemistry is there. Have you seen the post-game interviews? They
Yeah,
start barking.
they go to
It's,
like their local channel instead of the TNT.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. I like that. I respect that. Um, but I don't know, man. They are really young. They got a lot of talent, but they're rolling. And they're rolling over the Pelicans. They're going to be rolling over the Mavericks here. I've got Thunder in five.
Ooh, you say Luca only gets one on them? Is it
Yeah.
at home or is it away?
Well, if it's in five, it'd be at the Mavs, wouldn't it? Because they got two at OKC, two at Mavs. Oh no, it'd be at home. It'd be at home. Yeah, they got one and one. Yeah,
Okay, okay. I'm just checking on you. I was curious
yeah,
what you
yeah,
was done on that.
yeah. So what about that other Western Conference game? Denver Nuggets, Minnesota
All
Timberwolves.
right, we already so technically series has already started.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Timberwolves are up
yeah. At
1.
this recording time period, everybody, it's currently 1-0. Timberwolves up one game.
But I'm taking Nuggets in 6.
Ooh, okay.
I think. Don't get me wrong. I think the world of Ant. I really do. Dude is
Yeah,
incredible. He made KD look so bad, even though KD didn't even play bad. It was just Ant played incredible. He went
exactly.
off. And he's really impressive. Now in that game, I want to state a fact that a lot of people I don't think are paying attention to. Jamal Murray was like ice cold first half, and that plays a huge factor because it was a
It
pretty close
does.
game
Yeah,
anyways. I think it was what was the score on that? Like
they beat them by like 8.
yeah, it was like less than 10 points.
Yeah,
So it was real
yeah,
close, and Jamal played like crap in the first half, which doesn't
yeah.
happen very often in the playoffs. But Jokic, I think Jokic is so good and versatile that he's going, and other players have picked up a big role in that team. Aaron Gordon's played
For
really well
sure.
against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Michael
Michael Porter Jr.
Michael
Yeah.
Porter Jr. had a game where he just went crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I think Ant's going to have to wait another year because I got the Nuggets moving on.
Ooh. I like the reigning champs moving to the conference finals then.
Can you
I like
imagine
that.
Luca and the Mavs versus the Nuggets in the conference finals?
That would be crazy.
I,
The
I think
best friends.
I think it goes 7 games. I would pray that it went
Really?
7 games. I pray that it goes 7 games.
I don't think it would.
No, probably not. I'd probably go like I think 5. But like, listen,
Just hoping that it does.
yeah, I just want to keep seeing them battle it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be entertaining. Kyrie and Luca, Murray and Jokic. I would love to see that.
Hmm.
But I'm in for the young guns. I'm taking the Timberwolves in 6.
You taking both young squads?
Yes, the young guns. I think it's their time to shine. And Anthony Edwards dropped, what was it, 43 in game one, I believe, 43 points. And I think he continues to roll. And this is where the legacies are cemented, everybody. These young players, they've got to show up in big moments and they got to just prove that they can take over the league. And this is Anthony Edwards' time to cement his legacy. So they knock off the reigning champs in 6 games. moving on to the conference finals versus the Thunder. That'd be wild.
Yeah, you have both young squads moving on. Okay, so
Yeah.
I like I said, I gotta get my prediction on after this. So tell me, you got the Thunder versus the Wolves. Who wins how many games?
Ooh. I think the Thunder win in seven.
Thunder and seven. That'd be a good series. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
would. It would be.
I would like
Yeah.
to see that too. Like, hey, you know what? If I'm wrong, that's fine because I know I'm gonna have a great series afterwards. Either way,
Exactly. It's gonna be must watch entertainment. It's gonna be electrifying, really.
I'm so excited.
Um, but yeah, that is our West predictions, everybody. Let us know down below. What do you think? And did we get it wrong? Moving on to the East Coast, baby. So
You
we
start.
got all right, the Boston Celtics taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know I wanted it to be the Magic, man. Why'd y'all have to lose?
Man, we just yeah. What was it? I think it was it Suggs? Suggs had like a really crappy game. He had like 6 points, 6 rebounds. Field goal percentage was 6%. Like it was bad. He
Oof.
had a really rough game, and like and he took like a full responsibility on it. He's like, that's
Yeah,
on me. He's like, he apologized to his guys. But here's the thing. I still want to see why nobody talks about Bonchero. Nobody.
he's so underrated.
Like he's balling out. He's been people are like he's carrying the Magic on his back right now, and he has. I'm such a fan, man. I love it. I know we didn't get to go to the second round. I really wish we could have because I think that would have been brought a lot of momentum. I didn't see us making it past second, like
Yeah,
in all reality. But like I would have been happy with that because we haven't won a playoff series in a hot minute, and I was really hoping. And we
yeah,
weren't in play in. I was so thankful, but they played great this year. So I'm just gonna touch on that for just a second. But hey, Orlando
yeah.
Magic, I'm so proud because like y'all balled out. Thank you so much.
Um, if you're keeping it a buck, I didn't see the Magic even being top 8 this year seed wise. So they surprised me in a lot of ways. And you got to tip your cap to the Orlando Magic and their fans because they've been through it over the years and they deserve to be in the playoffs because they showed up.
Two final appearances, no rings.
Yeah.
Two two playoff series, two finals appearances, one win.
Hey, if you get Paul George or some other veteran in there, I think you'll be just fine next year.
I hope so, man. I think a veteran would really help, but I need to know how many games. I know you're going to take Boston on this, but how many games?
All right, so Boston versus the Cavs. D. Mitch has been cooking. Mitchell's a problem,
Hmm.
especially with Porzingis out. I think that affects our interior defense down below, trying to guard Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, especially. Um, Initially, if Porzingis was playing, I'd say Celtics in 4, but
Okay.
since he's not playing, I'm gonna say Celtics in 6. I think it. I think it. I think the Cavs get 2 on us.
I like that actually. I'm gonna take that because I agree. Because also Mitchell can't drop 50 every game. Like
Yeah.
no matter how much he
No.
wants to. I'm a fan. I loved watching him and during the bubble, him and
Yeah.
Murray battle it out, and like I
Ooh,
thought that was nasty. Someone's like, hey, just let them play the next game to 21. Like just let them both play.
got to.
It was nice. It was nasty. I became such a big fan of both of them. But I agree. I think Porzingis may play a big factor in this, but I'm gonna take it to 5.
Mm,
I think y'all get it done in 5. I think Cavs get one
hope.
game. Mitchell goes way off, has a great game. I say he even drops. I'm gonna say 55. One game
Ooh.
drop 55, and but it doesn't matter if it's a loss kind of deal, you know.
Exactly.
So, but
And let's put some respect on bald Derek White, everybody. He's been killing it.
you go say something about that.
He's been going crazy for them C's. But we'll move on to the next
We
series.
were both
We
wrong
got
on this series, by the way.
we got the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. Who you got?
This might sound controversial, so I'm just gonna state that ahead of time that some
Yeah.
people who watch the video will not agree with me. But Nixon 4.
Ooh. Care to explain? Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sweep. Listen,
Ooh, man.
I just the Pacers are a nice young, like nice team. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but Giannis was hurt.
yeah.
Let's not forget. That played a huge factor, and I just don't know if they can keep up with the high pace offense that the Knicks have been bringing.
Mm,
I was really thoroughly impressed with Brunson on this. Like, holy crap!
yeah.
I didn't think he could go off like this. I didn't know he could play
Mm,
like this. So I don't know if he's getting that playoff mindset. Like his eyes are just open. His third eyes showing. I don't know, but he's balling, and it happened in '94. I'm saying it's happening 30 years later. The Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
dude, I would love that. I mean, Knicks versus Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. That would bring back so much NBA history. I mean, I would stamp it right now. That'd be such an entertaining series. Um, Pacers, though, let's not forget they are one of the most highly entertaining. So, everybody, Indiana Pacers, highest fast break points in a year out of everybody. They play with such high tempo. So that's one thing to be considered. I mean, they play at such a high pace. You got to match that energy, but their defense sucks. They really do. They're a liability on that side of the court. So they're banking on high performances from Halliburton, from Miles Turner, Naismith, Obi Toppin, but they've got a good young squad. But Jalen Brunson, man, let's give this guy some respect. Luka Doncic was praising him, and a lot of people didn't see Brunson really going off in New York, but Luka was saying, you got to watch out for this guy. Former teammate, and he has been shining for the Knicks in the brightest moments. 4 straight 40-plus point performances. So he's the real deal. And I like him a lot. I think Knicks win this series in 5 games.
Five. So it's not too much of a stretch when I say four. So we got. Let's see here. So on the East, we kept it a buck. We're the same on the
Yeah,
East. We both said
same.
Knicks. One game difference between both of us on both of those.
Yeah,
But man, we got a difference in the West, and that's fair though.
both different.
Because like I mean, think about it. We both know that both these teams are stacked, right? Like all these
Mm.
teams. I think any team that's left in the West can make the finals. 100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I agree.
I think the Mavs could do it. I think the Nuggets, of course. I think the Wolves. I think the Wolves might. I liked. I know you picked them, and I picked the Nuggets, but Ant's been different. Like there's a
Yeah,
different beast out there. That's not just regular season Ant.
he's
That
been
is
crazy.
that's playoff Ant, and I'm excited. But you can't count Jokic out. Like
Mm.
reigning MVP, reigning Finals champ. I mean, the Nuggets are the champs right now. They're still
Oh
not
yeah,
the champ is coming back. But like
got to knock off me.
I mean that was
Yeah.
my prediction like forever ago. I'm saying the Nuggets winning back to back. Because if he wins back to back, he'll have a third. If he wins another third MVP and Finals MVP, two
Oof.
rings. I mean, we're gonna be talking about Jokic just like he's top 12 by in 2 years.
Yeah, he's going on an insane legacy arc right now. I mean, who can stop the Joker right now? Nobody really. Um, but yeah, the West has been crazy. We both have different picks. We'll have to wait and see who was right about that. But both picked Celtics and Knicks to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I would love because New York Knicks fans are just so electric and just crazy in general. And whenever their team is good, you know it because they just wilding out. But I love it. It's great. It's passion, and you love to see it.
Spike Lee, can't forget about Spike Lee.
Spike Lee,
I just
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I just thought about this. I just thought about Reggie Miller in the playoffs in New York. I wonder if somebody's gonna like choke, like do the choke sign.
Ooh,
Ooh, it's
they
been a hot
might.
minute since we've seen Pacers Knicks in the playoffs.
Halliburton hitting a game winner or something like that. Pulls out the
That
Reggie
dude,
Miller.
that's another. That kid's a stud. He's so good too.
So
I
good.
love the passing by him. So I mean,
Yeah,
we got a lot. That's a lot of playoffs coming up.
yeah.
I'm excited.
A lot of good games. I'm looking forward to watching them. But last topic of the day. So Tyrese Maxey. Do you think the 76ers should build around him more so than Embiid?
I think Embiid's better,
Yeah.
but I think my thing with Embiid has always been one thing. He has a hard time staying healthy. I think what they should do is they should invest in their training staff to keep him healthy. Maybe
Yeah.
that is what they should do with their money. Because the dude, like I've always felt like Embiid was overrated for a while. Like I trust the
Mhm.
process and everything forever. I felt like that was stated, and I'm like, he hasn't show me what it is.
Yeah.
This year, I saw the process. I really thought that he played his best season this year, and before
Yeah.
he got hurt. And I thought he was going to win MVP, 100%. I still think Jokic should have won last year, but oh well. Uh, but yeah, I thought that was how it should have been. Embiid played excellent. Keep him healthy, and he's going to be a stud. I would invest, and I'd keep both of them. If I'm being real, I'd keep both of them.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think I personally would build around Tyrese Maxey a team, specifically where he can thrive more so than Embiid. Embiid is great. You definitely need to keep Embiid on the roster. Do not trade him away because you will be severely missing that man. A 7-footer who can shoot beyond the arc, who can just dominate in the post and the interior. Former MVP, you need that type of caliber player on your team. But I feel like the skill set of Tyrese Maxey can continue to develop more. And the biggest concern for Embiid is health. If he can't stay on the court, what are you building around? Nothing. So I think if you build around Maxey and he continues to improve and show that he's going to be possibly the face of the franchise in the future, you have a great chance at making the finals run. And honestly, if I'm Embiid, if I'm like a trainer, talk to him about losing a little bit of weight. I know maybe like 15 pounds could probably shave some pressure off them legs because he constantly has issues with his lower body, and I know that's a lot of stress on his knees. But I don't know, just something to stay healthy. But I wouldn't be too worried if I'm a Sixers fan. You just got to make sure Embiid stays healthy and you lock up Maxey long term in the future.
No, I definitely lock him down, 100% on that. Don't even think about not locking him down.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, get that man on a contract.
yeah. But all right, everybody. That is the last topic of the day. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, sub to the channel and check out the TikTok, Thunder Sports Pod. Same handle. Appreciate you guys. We out.
We out.